Hi everybody and welcome back to Dragon Eye Creations. If you're new here, my name is Laurel and I love to create. One of my favorite things to create is gnomes, and it is coming up that time of year when many are thinking of their Valentine's crafts. So I thought to kick it off, I would share with you guys this sweet little gnome couple. They are so cute sharing their little treat together. There is a lot to this one, so we're going to get started right now and I'll show you guys how you can make your very own sweet little gnome couple. We're going to start with some styrofoam cones. These are about 5.5 inches high. And I'm just going to put it into a gray ankle sock here, and then just top it off with an elastic at the top. Fold it over, add a little hot glue at the top. And we're going to do the exact same thing with number 2. Next, we're going to take a piece of gray fabric. This is gray minky. It is 11 by 7. And then we're going to add this pink piece, good side to good side. This is about 2.5 inches wide. And we're just going to hot glue that down and then fold it over and tack it at the back. Then fold it in half. It is slippery, so I am going to just add these clips to help me hold it while I cut. And we're just going to cut a triangle shape for this is our hat for the first guy. And then we're just going to hot glue that together all the way down the side. Then turn it right side out. For number 2, we are going to do the same thing. This one is a little taller. We are about 11 by 10 for this one. And our strip is about 3 inches wide to add to the front. Again, good side to good side, gluing it down, and then just flipping over the back. Fold it in half. And cut out a triangle. And then we're going to hot glue it down all the way down to the side there. Turning it right side out again. Next, I'm just going to take these tiny styrofoam balls and wrap it around in some the same fabric we used for the trim. I'm just going to cut kind of a circle around it, just enough so that I know it'll fit around. Add some hot glue. Put the styrofoam ball in the middle and just pull up your sides, squishing it together. And then right where they all come together there, we're going to put a little more hot glue and just add it to the top of our hat. And then we'll do the same thing for the second one. Styrofoam ball in the middle, hot glue it, pull it all around. And just attach it to your hat. Next, I'm going to take just this craft wire. We're going to bend over the top and twist it so there's no pokey end there. And then we're just going to stuff it right in this hat. I did put some polyfill into the hat as well. So a little polyfill, and then we're just going to put this wire right up in the middle there, just so it's sticking out the bottom. Next, I'm just going to take the first cone and wrap it in some pink minky fabric. Just hot gluing down the side, rolling it up, and then trimming off your extra. Also around the bottom, we don't want too much around the bottom. And next, I have these hair foam rollers. I've got 2, these ones are a little smaller, they're about 1/2 inch. So there's 2 I have at that size and then 2 at a thicker size. So I'm going to take one of the thinner ones and remove the wire, and then one of the thicker ones and remove the wire from it as well. We're just going to fold our hair foam roller in half and then just snip it right in the middle there. And then we're going to take some minky fabric again, just wide enough to roll up our foam rollers, and we're just going to hot glue those in, rolling it up nice and tight, and then trim off your extra. Again, hot glue a strip down, roll up your hair roller, finish with a hot glue strip. Next, we're going to take those 2 wires that we removed, and we're going to just attach them together where they curl together at the ends anyway, and we're going to just pinch the ends then together so that they cannot come apart. Then we're going to add our arms back onto these wires, checking about how far down we need them. Add a little hot glue into the top so they stick. Then we're going to just make some trim by folding down the edges with some hot glue, just so they meet in the middle here. And then we're just going to take that trim and wrap it around the end of our arm here. Add a little hot glue at the end to finish it off. And you can trim off the extra. And then we're just going to add it right to the top by adding some hot glue. Just fold down that extra little bit of sock and it'll just attach it nice. Those arms aren't coming off then. So next we're going to start on his coat. So this piece we have here is 11 by 3, and I'm just going to take this pink minky. It is a 11 by 2.5 about, and we're just going to go all the way around the coat by hot gluing it, gathering it a little bit at the corner as you can see there, just so that it'll fold over nicely. Trim off the extra again, fold it over, and then we're just going to hot glue it down right inside the coat there. All the way around. Hot glue right in the center, and then we're going to attach our cone there right in the center, right where that hot glue is. Hot glue a strip on one side, and we're just going to glue and gather all the way around as we go. So glue a strip all the way around the top, and then just kind of gather and tuck it as you go in. Next, we're going to take one of those thinner foam rollers again, and we're going to cut it in half like we did the other guy's arms there, and we're going to wrap them up in this gray minky this time. Same thing as our last time, just a strip of hot glue, add your whole foam roller, roll it up, and then finish with hot glue, trimming off your extra. Wrap it up with some trim at the end again. And cut off your extra. Then we're going to attach our wires, same as before, pinching them together at the top. Check where we need them to be. Add a little hot glue right in the hole there. And now we're going to take our thicker foam rollers and we're going to cut those in half as well, but those are too long, so we're going to cut those down to about 3 inches long. And then we're going to wrap those. Again, this is a flat minky. This time it's not as plush, I guess. And we're going to just wrap those both up in our minky. And then we're going to cut a strip of that same minky about 3 inches wide and just hem down the top with some hot glue and then wrap it all the way around our body here, just the bottom, just at the very bottom, about 1 inch up. Next, I'm going to take these wooden skewers and we're going to stick them right into our foam rollers. About, I don't know, a couple inches to 3 inches up, but whatever you prefer. Cutting off the end there. Trim off any extra fabric if you have any at this time. Again, for our other guy, we're going to start on his legs. We're going to do 3 inches long about. Wrap it up in the pink fabric, hot glue it, and trim off the extra. Adding a couple wooden skewers at the bottom with some hot glue to hold it in place. Pop off those ends. Okay, we're going to start with our skirt now. Our skirt is about 19 inches long by about 3.5, 4 inches wide. And then we're just going to hot glue the top of it down, making a nice hem at the top and on the one end. And then we're going to just attach that to the body about 2 inches up and just hot glue it all the way around. And as we go around, we're going to glue and gather the same way we did at the top of the coat there. But this we're going to make a little more gathered even, just really gather it up. We want our skirt to be kind of full. And then we're going to just hot glue a strip down all the way down the side. Trim off the end. It was way too long. We don't want it that long. And then I'm going to just hem it with some hot glue. This would be easier to do beforehand. I just didn't know how long I wanted it to be. So now I'm just going to add that same trim that we had made. And we're going to wrap that all the way around as a belt for her skirt. It'll hide all that little gathered bits too. And then for her legs, we're going to add those right at the bottom, but we're going to add them at a slight slant, as you can see. and then just poke them right in and near the back more. Usually we will do this right in the center, but today we're going to go at a slant and near the back. We want them to be leaning a little bit forward. And then I'm just going to take the bottom part here, and we're going to tack down now that little bit of pink that we had at the bottom that was sticking in there, and this will wrap all the way around those legs. And we're going to add a little bit of hot glue also to those legs. Pull it out just a little bit, add some hot glue, and then poke them back in. And then some hot glue, and just pull all that down, right, wrapping it around the legs there. Same thing for our guy. At an angle, we're going to poke those in, adding some hot glue. And then just tack everything down all the way around. Next, we are going to start on our booties. So we're going to use some plastic little containers. These come with the little plastic lids. They're from Dollarama. We're going to add some little, these are the bottoms of the plastic Easter eggs. I'm just adding some pebbles and then a little bit of sand. Add a little hot glue around the top of that. Hot glue it right in front of our little containers. Same thing for this one. We're going to make 4 of these. All the same. And then we're going to just trim around them when they are all done. Trim that cardboard around, and you'll end up with like a little figure 8 shape at the bottom when you're done. Next, we're going to cut a pink piece of minky fabric here, just hot gluing a strip at the bottom. This was just a little taller than what our boots will be, so we're going to just hot glue that all the way around the boot, and then a strip of hot glue right at the back to finish it, and then hot glue a little bit right at the top of the boot to tack it down, and glue all the way around on the inside and tack around your finishing bits. Again, hot glue, wrap it around. Glue on the inside to tack it in, right inside the boot, a little glue right at the front to fold it in. So we'll make 2 pinks and 2 grays of these. Tacking it all in. Next, we're going to add some hot glue right inside the boots and attach our legs firmly to the bottom. Okay, for our guy's beard, this is a white faux fur that I cut into a triangle shape. It is about 4 inches wide. And then we're going to just make space for our nose. This is a previously made nose out of polymer clay. I'll leave a link for you guys on how to make the noses. So just add a little E6000 to the middle of that with some hot glue around the edge to hold it in place. And then we're just going to hot glue that beard right to the front of our guy, just about 2 inches down from the top. Next, for our girl's hair, I'm just using this faux fur strip that I got from Dollarama. And we're going to just cut 2 strips at about 4 inches long, and then just hot glue the top and the bottoms together at the back. And then we're going to take this is a pink suede ribbon that I have, and I'm just going to tie that just in a double knot, just to leave it kind of, so it looks carefree but nice and cute. Again, just tie that right around there. You can put a bow if you want. I didn't want to, it's up to you. And then I'm just going to take them and I'm just going to hot glue right at the top, just so they come together. And then we're going to take a polymer clay nose. Once again, I added a little mica powder to it to give it a little pink glow with a couple little white dots. And then we're just going to hot glue that right in between her 2 little pieces of hair, the little ponytails we'll call them. And I'm just going to cut that wire down now in the hat a little shorter than it was. We're going to poke it down right into her body. That styrofoam body is nice because you can poke those wires right in, then it's attached nicely. Then we'll hot glue the hat all the way around at the bottom, adding it where you want it to be. I bent my guy's arms back too. This is the way I wanted them. You can have them however you want them. That's the nice thing with using the wires and the foam rollers. Next, I'm just taking these little this plastic cup again from Dollarama. It's the disposable little plastic to-go cups, I think they're called. And I'm just adding a little white paint with some water in it, and we're just going to cover the whole inside with that. Just making sure it's all covered. And then I'm taking this empty ribbon spool, and it just fits perfectly right at the top. So we're just going to pop that right in there, and then cut this styrofoam ball, attach that right to the top of that again, and a little more white paint on the top just in case it pokes through. Next, we are taking some joint compound, and we are putting it into a cake icing bag, and we are going to fill that up, and then add your biggest flower tip. I don't know what it's called really, or the size. I am not a cake decorator, as you can see here, but we are just going to keep piping that all the way around. I went over it a couple times to make it nice and filled in, giving it the look I wanted more, and there I got it good. And next I'm adding these little heart beads. I put one in and then cut down some bendy straws. These are some pink bendy straws that I just cut down to the height we're going to need them, just so they sit right under our little guy's noses. Add a little pink sparkles. Decided we needed 2 little hearts instead. There's 2 of them. They need 2 hearts. And then I just use these little sparkly foam stickers to stick all over the cup to kind of decorate the cup up a little bit. Next, we're going to start on our base. For that, we're going to use this 10 by inch square and this 7-inch long plank, it's called. And then we're just going to paint them all white with a little bit of metallic white on top. Next, I'm going to take this wooden dowel. It is about 7 or 8 inches long, just long enough to fit across. I marked it down about 3 inches on both sides. And now I'm just going to use my acrylic paint markers to start on my sign here. If you want to use a Cricut or something to do it a little neater, if that's up to you. I like the homemade look, but that's me. You can add some cute little stickers here if you want. I left a space as well, so if you want to personalize it, you can. And then we're just going to add this dowel about 3 inches up on both sides so you know it's even. And then we're going to lean this right on it, so adding some hot glue so it's kind of at an angle. Next, we're going to add our hands. I don't know why, but I almost forgot to add hands for these guys. So I just added a little E6000 onto the wire that was sticking out of their hands that we've trimmed off. And now we're going to poke those hands right in there. Next, I'm going to take that cup and hot glue it right to the center of our wooden base. And then our gnomes, lining them up so they will match up with their straws. Hot gluing them right at the bottom there. I did decide to add a little bit of flowers to her hat, and there she is done. Well, there they are. Our sweet little gnome couple is all done, and they're ready to go spread some love somewhere. So hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Thanks again for watching. I appreciate it so much. And make sure to check back again soon for some more great Valentine's crafts. And until then, love to all.